It's the wine that we drank at our wedding. I now have every bottle ever made.
You do?
My heart breaks every time. Natasha, she was just like an incredible person and amazing. If there's anybody I'd ever want to work with again, it'd be her.
Really?
She was just, she was a great person besides being an amazing actor to work with.
I know
she really was, and the way she went was, wow.
Very, very tragic and sad.
Yeah, just a little accident on the ski slope,
You've credited her with really making the movie work as a whole. You said
it really did.
What is it specifically you thought that she kind of brought?
She has a charm to her, and like I said, just her relationship with her own kids, which she brought also to this, and there's just something magical about her that you just forget about all this other stuff I was talking about, and she's just present to you when you're working with her.
Yeah, you share the same magic, because I know people say this a lot. The movie doesn't work without the two of you. Obviously Lindsay Lohan's doing incredible work, but it needs you two, and the charisma and the chemistry that you two have on screen is really something that sticks with the viewer.
Yeah,
it's really great stuff.
It's really miss her, and there's kids. There's a whole generation, and continues to be more generations actually, of kids that were 8 years old at the time, a couple of years later, who saw the movie 42 times, on VHS. And they went to DVDs with it, and then I had their kids, rented it with their kids now, and watch it 42 times. So it turned out to be, probably the most watched film, I think, of anything I've ever done.
Of all your career, you think? So, I mean, you went back on Dancing with the Stars. Was that last year, a couple months ago?
Yeah.
You did with Meredith, right? With, I'm sorry, what's Meredith's name?
Elaine.
Elaine. Yeah. Can I say something? The online trend, I guess, of justice for Meredith, I don't agree with that.
You don't?
I think Meredith's bad.
You're on the other side of that issue.
She's calling her friends saying she's sending the girls to Timbuktu in Switzerland.
That's true.
That's not a nice person.
Well, that's her point of view.
Ellie, you know who this is?
Actually, yes. And actually, I'm not Hallie. Actually, I am.
Both of them?
Now, can you help us understand the blocking of this scene? How does that work with Lindsay's?
They had a computer line, that Lindsay could operate as one person like this, and then they would just then we do the scene over again,
and there wouldn't be a stand-in?
Then she'd be the other one, and so it lined up perfectly so that the background, so they imposed one over the other.
Okay,
and it was it was measured, by a computer so that everything lined up perfectly.
No way, computer measurements, really?
Yeah.
And did she have a stand-in?
Yeah, she had a stand-in as well, for the scene shots from the back.
Yeah.
But she is it's the most gifted child actor actor that I think I've ever worked with. I mean, she was 11 and I did the screen test with her, and before I thought there was two people myself.
No way.
Yeah, because she just went right into this English accent. She'd never been there or anything, and she's she was a girl from New Jersey or whatever. She had the accent down and just perfect, and I thought it was two girls. I mean, even though I knew, I still just take it for granted. She was amazing.
She was. I hadn't
really
seen
was
this movie
amazing.
in probably 15 years. I watched it again this week.
Yeah.
I was blown away by her. She's playing two. She's not just doing an accent. She's playing two completely different people, two different characters.
Yeah.
She's switching in and out of them.
Yeah.
It's incredible work.
It's funny about that movie because like I said, it gave me a whole other career. I was playing bad boys and stuff like that. Until I got in my 90s, and then, went to cocaine school, and then I started, then I had kids of my own, and then
went to cocaine school.
Yeah, I graduated cocaine school. And,
where's cocaine school at?
That's rehab. You know what I mean? And so, you know, then along comes Parent Trap, and you know, it just kind of changed everything. And
well, you've said about a couple of things that this gave you a second role.
yeah, and if you think about the premise for this story, it comes from a German fairy tale. This story,
oh, really?
You know, two kids like twins separated at birth, but here you have like the mom and the dad, they meet on a ship, Queen Mary, right? They hook up, basically. They decide we're going to get married. I guess they get pregnant on the night that they decide to get married. And then by, you know, I don't know what they did, but, you know, 9 months later, they break up right after she has birth and separate the kids and never tell them that they have a sibling.
Yeah.
Or about their mother. Right?
Right.
So what is that?
It's an interesting.
That would be like abuse these days, right?
Yeah.
Would it not?
Well, I would say Nick's got strengths, right? Nick is a great provider. He's sending his daughter Hallie to international boarding camp. He's got a great life in Northern California on the winery. Do you think he has any weaknesses as a father?
Other than ignorance.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, kind of.
well, both of them, you know, why they thought, you know, that was okay. You know, that's like, that must have been some breakup for them to never, ever even contact each other.
Yeah. Look, I've had a couple
you know,
breakups in my day, none that bad.
Yeah,
None
I mean, you got separated from one of your kids, and you never even think about to check up on them? Or what the heck? Well, that's what I'm saying. In fact, the scene that you show is the scene that gets on the other side of that.
100%. And
You know what I mean?
it's a difficult role for both you and Natasha, because you have to play, you're charismatic enough that the audience loves you, but you're also a believable doofus that you could maybe not notice.
Fall in a pool.
Not even fall in the pool. Actually, you know what? Speaking of falling in the pool, are they re-wetting you between takes?
They didn't have to.
They didn't have to. You say
Yeah, they really didn't have to. I was just pretty wet. We were right into that. Yeah.
And then my last question here about this one, Nancy Meyers directed.
Yes.
This is, I believe, her second film. She did Father of the Bride a little earlier.
Yeah.
Was she an automatic yes at this point, or was this like, were you like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, going from way back, she and her husband both, I mean, they were incredible writers, comedy writers. And we did like 42 takes of some, you know.
No way.
Many, many times. And we'd do like 42 takes, and then she would decide she wanted to light the flower arrangement behind you.
Really?
So we'd do it some more. But she was in pursuit of perfection. You know, that was, I got to say, I loved working with her. And she really brought out the tone and the spirit of that film, that she wanted to get perfect. And, you know, it pretty much is.
I think it pretty much is.
Yeah.
It really, really is.